I hope you guys can hear me. It's pretty loud with the street behind me and the cafe right next to me. We're having breakfast, our last breakfast in Australia. I have to say that I am so impressed, and I love the coffee culture here and the cafe culture. I mean, look at this. This is a turmeric porridge with fruits, and it is delicious. I have never had that, nor have I ever seen that in the States or just anywhere back home. And San Francisco is pretty forward with food creations, but I don't mind eating this at all. I don't. It's so good. Their coffee here, if you go anywhere, flat white or cappuccino or however it is that you order it, it tastes the same. Strong and really good. I don't know, Darwin and I can't figure out what kind of beans they use because they don't actually sell it at the cafes. Unlike back home, for the boutique cafes, there is an associated, or they sell their own beans, their own grounds, and stuff like that. So they don't have that here. Another aspect of the cafe and coffee culture here is the sidewalk cafes, where they have sidewalk tables on the sidewalk. It's very European, and I've always loved that about Europe, and so it looks like it's made its way here, or it's practically the same as far as that aspect of food life. Australia, as far as we've seen, is really beautiful. And then again, we've only seen the coasts. Locals seem to have a consensus opinion that the middle of Australia is pretty much desert. I will believe that, or I believe that just looking at the map. But Sydney, oh, and the weather report. Sydney itself, huge city. But the layout or the grid system of the streets, the street planning, very confusing, because if you're mapping two places, it gets very deceiving because there are streets on top of each other. There's so many alleyways and there's so many lanes that you can easily get lost, but it makes the city 3 times as big. Folks that we've encountered, all very pleasant, very nice, and genuinely they're very conscious of sort of giving the right of way, even just walking on the sidewalk. They don't rush past you, they don't try to shove you aside, or just that mindless walking because you're trying to get somewhere. I forgot to mention, when driving, be very aware of all the tunnels in Australia. They have bridges, but their toll is actually on tunnels. So every time you cross, I want to say 90% of the time that you cross a tunnel, there's toll, and it's about between $5 to $6. So that was quite surprising. But you know, their tunnels are great. I think it saves them a lot of time. And the maintenance and upkeep for it is pretty expensive, and so the toll and the food. I did not know what to expect, or I had no expectations on how good or great the food was going to be around here. But it is wonderfully surprising that it is so diverse over here. Well, the food is so diverse over here that if you decide to have Chinese food, Thai, Indian, it's actually a really good representation of those cultural food. It's not out of a box, and it's not bland or anything like that. So it's great to just go in any restaurant and know that you're going to get good food. You're going to be served good food, and you know, and their service is excellent. And the fact that their customer service is being driven by that respectfulness, just to be respectful of others, because here tipping is not a culture. You don't have to tip them. So when they provide you service, it is because they want you to enjoy the experience. My last observation of Australia, I think more on Sydney. Watching movies or TV shows based in Australia, my biggest assumption was that the weather here is year-round summer. It's not. Like right now, it's winter. And it is what, August? And I think their winter ends in September. It is not hot at all. It is actually from cool to cold, and a bit rainy, a lot cloudy. But that was a surprise. In Brisbane, though, it was from warm to cool. Warm in the daytime, cool at night. So that one was very microclimate-ish. But I was surprised that they would even, that their weather here would go as low as in the 40s Fahrenheit. So yes, do dress in layers. It helps a lot. Just when we think that we're done with buying stuff, we keep running into things. Last minute souvenirs for myself. We arrived at the airport actually an hour earlier than we had planned, so we had a chance to go souvenir shopping some more. Grab lunch. I finally got the sushi that I wanted. Last night I didn't really get to eat it because the sauce was pretty much just mayo, and that's not what I wanted. Then now we're just here at the waiting area, waiting for our plane for about 2 more hours. I have to say, checking in at an Australian airport, it's such a breeze and it's so easy. Because everything is electronic. They do everything electronic. and self-serve. And the only curious thing is, we want to call them the Border Patrol because we were watching a TV show. What was that TV show you? Border Patrol?
Border Patrol.
And it's it features the airport where they, I don't know if it's random.
It's all borders. It's all borders.
Oh, okay.
Because there was a Canadian border too as well.
Okay. Well, it was a Border Patrol kind of show, and Australia is a part of it. And we kind of experienced that today where, I don't know if it's random, but they will, or some security agent will ask you questions about your stay. And then, you know, you just have to make sure, per the show, that you know your itinerary in your head and that you'd be able to just sort of provide that information quickly. Darwin will fail that test because he can't multitask.
Busy.
But yes, and then they give you a sticker on your passport that clears you of any kind of suspicions, I guess. So that was a little curious. All aboard. So it's going to SFO. Qantas hates me, I swear to gosh. There's yet again no flight path information on their entertainment options. Why? I hope I sleep. Back at home, you know, I love traveling and I even like travel days, except for flying. I hate flying. And today's was no exception. It was a 13-hour flight and 8 of those hours were completely bumpy. And I had to ask one of the flight attendants if that was normal. And he said, actually, this is pretty smooth. Noted. But you know, it's funny that all the international flights that I've taken in the last 2 years has been that crossing the Pacific to China, to Japan, and now to Australia. What compounds it is the fact that there are never any communication from the pilot to the passengers. I'm normally used to American flights where they will announce to you, they will preface, or they will warn the passengers if there will be rough air. And then, you know, they put the seatbelt sign on, off, then go about your business. Or they'll announce that, oh hey, it's going to be bumpy for the next 10-15 minutes. I'm going to try and course correct. So I get very nervous when I don't know what's going on. I really should just learn how to fly a plane or something, but I can't get over the fear of flying. I just can't. And it is just getting worse as I get older. But how do you visit other countries without flying? Say hi. Baby, I missed you. Sure, I missed you. Mama missed you. Mama missed you. Mama missed you. See, Belico. Mama missed you. Mama missed you. You didn't miss me.